Hola amigos, Ghost here, and today we're continuing our Let's Play of God of War, and we're continuing off straight from last time, in which we've defeated Baldur, made Freya an enemy to us, and now we're going towards Jotunheim. Well, first we have to get to the bridge thing to go to Jotunheim, but yeah, we're also going to go to Baldur's dead dragon, which I forget, I think it's on this side. I think it's over here to get the upgrade item that we need for the Shattered Gauntlet of the Ages. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in today's episode. So yeah. Also, one other thing, real quick. Between this episode, between last episode and this episode, I upgraded just about almost every single light runic attack, heavy runic attack for the frost of the Leviathan, as well as upgraded a bunch of the freaking light and heavy attack runes for the Blades of Chaos, and I also upgraded the Murder of Crows runic attack for Atreus, because both this one and the Wolves one is pretty good. This one's more for straight damage, while this one also does a bunch of stun and stuff. Both pretty good to use. But yeah, let's get down that boat. And I would normally use a teleporter, but I'm not sure which island the dragon is located at. So we're just gonna use the boat.
If I'm not mistaken, we've yet to discuss the tale of the giant Bergelmir.
Oh yeah, I remember his shrine. It looked happier than the other ones, mostly.
It begins in an ocean of blood.
Finally, a story worth hearing.
If you remember, Ymir, the first giant, was fatally stabbed by Odin. It's in his blood our story starts. Ymir's magical guts poured out in a torrent so violent it threatened to flood all of creation. The Jotnar were unprepared, as the very last of them were washed away in the endless tide. Not just Ymir, but all of giant kind faced extinction. And so would Odin's victory have been complete. But Ymir's kind did not all perish that day. Staying afloat in the hollowed husk of a tree, the frost giant Bergelmir endured, as did his lady wife. For weeks they sailed, until finally they came upon a new land. They called it Jotunheim. And there they would start anew. As father and mother, they would multiply exceedingly, and as king and queen, they worked to make Jotunheim a land where giants would know no master but themselves. Bergelmir never sought revenge for Odin's slaughter. His vengeance was to live and prosper. He died at peace, a legion of his kin to mourn him. He would ever be known as Bergelmir the Beloved.
Bergelmir the Beloved. Huh. I've never heard a story end that way. Not a true one, anyway.
You do, laddie.
Not all stories have a happy ending. Alright, the dragon's up here, and I completely forgot how I get up there, but I think it's through here that we get up there. But yeah, man, I can't believe that this series is almost over. Like, there's not so much left to do, other than the Valkyries and those few realms that I'll admit are a grind. Like, anyone who's played this game knows it's a grind, those realms are. But I definitely will show off. I'll still have a couple episodes for those to show off the armor and all that. And I think I might do something with New Game Plus. And bam, a dragon tier. Now we have all of the upgrade material we need to upgrade the Shattered Gauntlet of the Ages to its max. And it is one of the most powerful, what are they called again? Talismans? Uh, yeah, talismans. It is technically one of the strongest once you have all three, because of its both its its active attack that you can activate, but also because of its passive, which is through the several enchantment slots. Because if I remember correctly, I think it is the only one that gets three of them. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. But it definitely is a very powerful one of all of them. One of the most powerful. And hopefully with that we can have at least a little bit of stat increases to push through some of the grind in the thank God that I didn't wake up. To push through some of the grind in some of the realms and hopefully be able to defeat the Valkyries. Hopefully. It's not exactly the easiest thing to try to fight the fucking Valkyries. I also think I might do like a side bonus episode where I read out all the lore. Like, granted, you hear much of the lore, but I'm pretty sure from the actual lore itself has different descriptions instead of what they actually say in terms of actual dialogue, and it's all very much interesting stuff that I would find interesting. I think some of y'all might find it interesting, so I might uh, have a video where I just read all of the lore out. That may be a boring episode to some, but to others it might be kind of interesting to do. So I might have an episode for that. But yeah, man, we're getting close to the end. It's crazy. I honestly don't know how many episodes this series will be fully. Obviously, this is the episode 38. I think it's episode 38 of the series, and we're about to finish the main story. And of course, the Valkyries won't take so long to complete, depending on how many of the deaths I show on screen and how long it actually takes me to defeat them. And the Misselheim and the Niflheim and Misselheim places are interesting to do, since the Misselheim stuff I can show all of it on screen since it's a bunch of different types of challenges. But with Niflheim, it's kind of one or two times showing it on screen is enough, because basically once you do those few first times, it's basically the rest of the gameplay of Niflheim, since you just keep going back and forth with the all that stuff. First,
Work it is.
we're gonna upgrade the Shattered Gauntlet of the Ages. Bam. And now it is 100% upgraded. Now, this one, it looks like at the moment it doesn't get an enchantment slot, but it does increase runic and defense and cooldown. These ones are better. I think these are. This one, as Guardian Steel comes to the Valkyrie, so I might not mess with that one at the moment. It is very powerful though, because it does the realm shift stuff, which you can do instead of passively like the one talisman. You could do it actively. This one's also another active one. This one's actually pretty good too. Hell, all the epic ones are actually pretty good in terms of many things. Like this one having a small defensive zone to protect us, and it also gives us enchantment slots. This one doesn't, at the moment, doesn't give us enchantment slots, but I think it might in the future. I'm not 100% sure. And you know what? I might as well just upgrade it as we speak. Close that. Then, bam. And yeah, it doesn't give us enchantment slots, but it is pretty powerful. And bam, fully upgraded. That one. So I definitely might mix and match with these talismans to see which ones might help me with the event against the others. This one is for pure essence, so let's do this. Bam. And we don't have the money. Looks like the next upgrade is the final upgrade, and we have just enough pure essence of the realm to do so. And it only has a 2 enchantment slot. So, yeah, the Shattered Gauntlet gives us the most enchantment slots, which allows us to have more potential advantages slash passive upgrades.
See you next, where's I see you.
So real quick, let's go to that actually. And of course we'll take a hit on vitality, but I can probably easily put something that has vitality back in it. But I'm going to equip it, and it's time to get some upgrade stuff in it. So yeah, we can get strength and increase resistance to poison damage. That one's pretty decent. This one's actually pretty good as well. Let's see. Let's go down towards the bottom of them. I don't really care too much about luck, but it's a very low perk chance on yielding. That's pretty interesting. Don't really think I'll use it. I think I'm going to use this one. And then, let's see. This one's actually pretty good too. Yeah, we're gonna do that one. And you know what? We will... I don't know about the max health. Stun... Actually, increases stun damage inflicted. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the strength one that's up here. Unless there's a stronger one. I say the stun damage. Bam. And of course there's 6 specific sockets that we could put in here to give us that unique Infinity Gauntlet like weapon, or not weapon, fighting kind of style slash attack. But I'll put those on later because I'm pretty sure I have I think I have 4 or 5 of them, or yeah, 4 or 5 of them at the moment, and they're over here somewhere. So I'll definitely rearrange them later. But let's move on to Jotunheim. One of the only realms I can pronounce properly.
I can't believe we're gonna see the giants.
Well, if things work according to plan, go ahead and lock in Jotunheim and we'll be on our way. Probably.
Boy, ahead. Get ready.
Oh, right. Got him. Let's hope this doesn't cause you to explode or anything.
Oh, hadn't considered that. Maybe we should talk about this a bit more.
Nah, I'm sure you'll be fine. Ready?
That's unpleasant!
Now, boy! We must be close.
Well, what are we waiting for? Think it's far?
We will see.
A word, please, before we continue. Listen, the last thing you two need up there is a decomposing heat ruining the moment. Why don't I wait for you here? This is between you and the boy.
True. But if someone were to
My
fight...
lady sips soft, perfect sloshers. You done did it.
Sorry. We had to see this.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Fine, damn it. Fine.
Watch the head till we return.
I can do this. No, no, I can't. Oh.
Okay.
Ready. Come.
It feels so good, man, to finally beat this game, at least the main story in Gimme God of War. Because, like I said previously, I never fully beat the game in Gimme God of War, the main story included. And to finally get to this moment, man, it's just great.
Look! We're on the giant's fingers. I can see the highest peak ahead. Right over there. We did it.
We did.
What are you doing?
I have nothing more to hide.
Can we go now? We're so close.
Boy. Carry her.
That moment was beautiful. I love that moment. He finally accepts it.
Boy.
It's nothing. I just thought I'd hear voices by now.
He finally, he has nothing else to hide, and he somewhat accepts his past fully once more.
Hello? Anybody here?
What is this place?
They must have all come through here when they left Midgard. What was left of them.
Why carve all these faces?
What if this is all the giants that got out of Midgard alive? Not really many at all. Odin and Thor, ruining everything for everybody.
Where are they now?
The giants came back home so they could survive. But I'm not sure they did. Huh. Who's the Guardian? I should feel them. But I don't. This place is dead. What happened to them? Why'd Mom send us here?
One question is answered, and two more take its place.
Wait! Father! Something's happening! It's your axe. It's Mother. Look. She's arguing with a bunch of giants. She knew giants? That's us. The first time we met the world serpent. But how? And our fight with Baldur. But that just happened. Wait. They knew everything that was going to happen. The dragon in the mountain, the stone mason, all these drawings. This is our story.
No. This is your story.
But what does it all mean?
That I was not the only parent with secrets.
You didn't know. She was a giant. I'm a giant. Why didn't she tell us?
She sent us here, knowing we would find this.
But why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons. Baldur was never sent to find me. He was tracking her all along, not knowing she was only ashes.
If she had a plan for us, I trust it. Whatever it is. Besides, she hasn't been wrong yet. Come on. We're so close to the end now.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Look, it's Mother's. She was here. She saw every step we took before we took it. Like she was always with us. Watching over us. Leading us home. Let's finish it. Father?
No. We do it together. Son. Goodbye, Faye.
I love you, Mom. The giants. They really are all gone. There's nothing for us here.
Come.
So, I get that Mother was a giant, which makes me part giant and part god.
And part mortal.
Right. I guess there's just one thing I don't understand. My name on the wall. The giants called me... Loki?
Loki. That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born. She must have called you that to her people.
But why?
A question for another day. Let us go home.
I gotta say, man, that is a beautiful, another beautiful scene, man. The build up and the payoff and all that, man. Radiant shield of unity, an epic weapon, a lustrous shield meticulously contoured to commemorate Tyr's grand experiment. And we also get Espers of Spartan Fury, and another epic weapon, which is just, I believe they're both skins for the shield, an unwavering shield emblazoned with a reminder of past sins. Just an incredible game, man.
Guess it all makes sense now. Why she want to end up here, be with her kind. But did she know it was going to be like this here? Is this what she wanted us to see? Did she want us to tell the people, or keep it a secret?
I do not know.
So what should we do?
I trust you to decide that.
Oh.
This studio made an amazing game, and I can't wait for the
So,
sequel.
Why'd you want to name me Atreus? I know it can't be for a god.
No. He was a soldier. A Spartan.
A great warrior?
All Spartans are great warriors. We trained from birth. Our lives were discipline, duty, battle, and death. Life was grim, and we greeted it grimly. But Atreus of Sparta was unlike the rest of us. He wore a smile even in the worst of times. He was happy. He inspired us to hope that though we were machines of war, yet there was humanity in us. Goodness. When the day came for him to lay down his life in battle, his sacrifice saved countless others and turned the tide in our favor. I carried him home on his shield and buried him with all the honors of Spartan custom. His memory was a comfort in dark times.
Wow, you actually told a good story. Mimir missed it.
Hey, I'm pretty sure Kratos has many good stories if he really wanted to tell you, which now he could honestly do because of him telling you about the truth, even if certain stories or parts of his life are something you might not want to fully know. But yeah, this game, man, was an incredible ride. The first time I played it, the second time I played it, the third time I played it, and of course this Let's Play.
I understand if you want to go home, but I bet there's still some corrupted Valkyries out there that could be set free. Some other help people. Maybe helping people was part of why Mom sent us out here, too. I mean, what would Atreus of Sparta do?
And what would Loki do?
Huh. That's a weird name. I'm glad we went with yours.
And we'll be getting to all of that, Atreus, soon enough. But anyway, it's just it's playing this game again, just like Spider-Man or Ghost of Tsushima or Assassin's Creed. It's great to play these games because these are some of my favorite games of all time, but not only for gameplay or for this or that, but because of storytelling. I'm a person who loves storytelling, and many of these games do storytelling greatly. They do it amazingly. They will tell very compelling stories with either established characters or new characters. And it's incredible that they were able to pull this off, and I'm excited for Ragnarok, which I believe comes out later this year. And I believe it's going to be a good one. I very much believe it's going to be a good one, and I can't wait for it. I really can't.
Lads, am I glad to see you. I believe I've reached my limit for dwarven charm.
What happened, Mimir?
They took an uncomfortable number of measurements and then proceeded to bicker about the weather.
Where do you want us to take you?
How about the warm confines of anywhere bloody else?
Continue exploring? Complete dwarven favors, free dragons, travel to the other realms, find new items in the shop to get powerful equipment that will allow you to defeat all legendary corrupted Valkyries. Valkyries are revealed even though we already knew where they were, have been revealed on your map. Which now they're going to show them already, even though I know exactly where they are. Except for, obviously, what's this one? This one, since we can't get to this one yet. Or this one. But it's cool that we see Jotunheim, even though we honestly don't have to go back there. New Game Plus. A New Game Plus allows you to start a new game while maintaining your equipment, XP, hack silver, and purchase items. New Game Plus can be accessed anytime from within the game's options menu. And there it is. And also, real quick, we have our different versions of the shield, which is this one, which I love this one. And I also love this one. I think right now I'm going to use the Spartan one because it looks cool as well. And you can see that it's not just a complete reskin. Like there's actual some different components. Like this one, for example, doesn't have the layered armor of the other ones, and it also has a glowing pieces and other specifics. This one is a little bit more of a reskin of the original, but it does have some Greek style and some painting and just differences that make it unique enough. But I'm gonna definitely use the Spartan one first. But yeah, man. This game is incredible, and its storytelling is just great. The gameplay is pretty good. The character designs, the world building, the lore, the interconnections between the original God of War games and this one, the combat mechanics, the all types of varied kind of stuff you can do in the world map and in the different realms. It's a really great game, and like I said, I'm excited for Ragnarok. I think it's gonna be just as good, if not better than this game. It's gonna be even more grand. I think we're gonna be fighting Odin, Freya, all the other Asgardian gods. We're gonna be through all 9 realms. Probably not Jotunheim, since there's probably gonna not be really anything to go there for, unless they make a story reason for us to go back there. If they somehow some of the giants are resurrected or something like that, we'll learn more about Loki, obviously, who is Atreus. And I love that. I very much love that Loki isn't the Loki that is from Norse mythology, or it's like the character that is portrayed nowadays from like the MCU or something. It's its own unique version of him. And it also hints at just how messed up this world is, because Loki is not in his normal place in the lore of Norse mythology. There's a whole video about this that I've watched that's like 30 minutes long that explains so much about it and stuff. And I probably I'll probably link that video in the description because it's very interesting, and that's another reason why I love the game because Loki. If you take Loki out, a lot of things in Norse mythology change or can't work without Loki. Kind of like the World Serpent, for example. He's technically not supposed to exist, or one of the major wolves that we won't probably see in this game, but probably we'll see in Ragnarok, because those are technically Loki's children, and they play major roles in the series. Loki also plays a major role in Baldur's story, the original Baldur, because Baldur in this version is a fucked up guy, but in Baldur in the original Norse mythology was much more of a cool guy, kind of like Tyr in this universe. He's pretty much chill and all that, and eventually is killed accidentally through the manipulations by Loki. And also Loki is fighting against Asgard and stuff in the Ragnarok, and there's just so much in that video that I'll probably leave in the description or a comment really just dives into that, and that's another reason why I love this story. And gameplay wise, like I said, great. The difficulties, all of them I love. Even give me a God of War. I love give me God of War. Even with all the raging or getting mad side, sort of potentially pissed off or getting annoyed at specific damage that I take or mechanics that kind of get pushed to their limits by how tough the difficulty is, or by me not being strong enough to handle certain parts of the game, even though I have to push through to get through that parts of the game, I still love the difficulty, and it's fun to play through it. It was fun to play through it for y'all, and it'll be fun to play through it another time, because I most likely will probably do another, not another series for YouTube, but another saved game of New Game Plus for myself to see if I could do things differently from this series and see if I could beat it on my own again for a second time. And there's just so much I can do. And then, of course, for post-game content, I could make an episode about the lore of the game, both inside like the codex area, but also talk about actual lore of Norse mythology or stuff, and make episodes about trying to fight the Valkyries, episodes about the challenges in Misselheim, and also about the mist and finding all the favors and all that stuff in Niflheim. There's still a bunch of other content to do, even though it's mostly post-game content and mostly will be, I wouldn't say bonus episodes, but more like epilogue episodes, as this is technically the series finale. But either way, I really love this game, man. I really love this game. Honestly, I could say it's a 10 out of 10 normally. I think with Give Me God of War,
I should warn you. More time has passed than you likely realize. The snowfall that began when you slew Baldur, it's become something else. The stuff of omens.
For the coming of winter.
Not just any winter, but a great winter to span 3 summers. And when it's done, Ragnarok begins.
Ragnarok. From snow.
Aye, snow. Lots more snow. And then the end of the bloody world. In that approximate order.
Another prophecy.
No, brother. Prophecy doesn't expect this for 100 more winters at least. You've changed something. Prophecy didn't count on you.
and another reference to Ragnarok and all the things that change, man. But yeah, it's I'm just rambling because I just love this game. It's a 10 out of 10 naturally. I think with Gimme God of War, it's, I wouldn't say bumped down, but it's a more of a solid 9 out of 10, because I feel like in specific moments the difficulty is a little too extreme. Like when we get introduced to the Blades of Chaos, for example. And I still have this opinion where they should have lowered the actual health, at least, of the enemies, to where it made you feel like you were overpowered just for a second because you're using the Blades of Chaos for the first time in this game, as well as it being a new weapon that the enemy have never faced before, and kind of like that. But for real, 10 out of 10 game regardless, for many reasons. Of course, there's little things that you can nitpick. Like I said in previous reviews that have been 10 out of 10, there'll never be a 100% perfect game. There will be games very close to that, but and even though I give 10 out of 10s to certain games, they still have their flaws that uh, you can, I won't say easily point out, but point out, but regardless.
I'm
But
telling you,
regardless.
it's Fimbulwinter. I can feel it in my scrotum. This is the big one.
Stop saying that. Oh, you're making me very nervous. It was bound to snow sooner or later.
That ain't just snow, and you know it. It's the end times.
How dare you make me nervous?
Guys,
Just discussing the weather. Bit of a cold snap lately.
What he means is, Fimbulwinter's upon us, boys. The winter to end all winters. I can feel it in my scrotum.
Yeah, we heard.
So if you're heading home, try to keep moving, and also to not die.
Or if you're not heading home, same advice. Now you're talking.
Alright. Obviously, there's these armors that we can get through going to Niflheim or through completing challenges from the other place that I keep not being able to pronounce its name. We can also buy now. We can buy a single blade attack, light blade attack for the Chains of Olympus. Chains of Olympus. That's a fucking game. Blades of Chaos, and also we could buy that for upgrades as well. And yeah,
Something for the boy.
it's just crazy to think about how far we've come
Whatever.
Since the very beginning of this game, man. It's crazy. It's very much crazy. I'm kind of speechless, kind of like how I was with Spider-Man or Ghost of Tsushima. Even though I could write whole essays about it, at the same time, I'm also speechless because of how good and how fun these games are, even through some of the difficulties or the frustrations or through specific things that you see that you see that could be negative or plot holes or stuff like that. It's just these are the games that give me hope that there's still good storytelling in video gaming and that we could still have good games even when we have so many games that are either mediocre or have potential but fail to realize that potential, or through AAA studios just throwing out garbage or anything. It's still great to see games like this, like a Spider-Man, like Ghost of Tsushima, like the Uncharted series. When they came out, and the new one that came out, I think what was it, 4 years ago? It's good to see that there's still good games. The Mafia remaster, it's just great to see these good games. I hope and believe in these developers that are going to make great sequels. I can't wait for Ragnarok. I can't wait for Spider-Man 2. I hope. It's not been 100% confirmed, but I hope that Ghost of Tsushima will get a sequel, and I know if it does get a sequel, it's going to be just as amazing. I hope that one day Assassin's Creed gets back to its roots and makes a great game. Valhalla was decent. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. Odyssey, I didn't really like Odyssey. Origins was pretty good. I'm just rambling on about stuff now, but if y'all can tell, I'm passionate about this stuff. Not just video games in general, but storytelling in video games, because I believe that video games can be a medium to tell great stories, even if the characters are not real. Just like movies or TV or novels, you can actually feel that these characters could be real, that they could be someone that you know or could be, and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think I'm gonna try to stop rambling now. Oh man, great game. Seriously, great game though. And I can't wait to do the remaining parts of the game as epilogue episodes, and then I might do a New Game Plus, as I said, not as a whole new series, but probably as a collection of smaller videos, probably where I show off the main story and specific little boss fights and stuff as with the new game plus, but not the whole thing. Now where I go and because I forget if we have to like recollect all the lore or all the ravens and stuff. I forget if we have to do that in New Game Plus. But I'll probably just show if I do New Game Plus, I'll just show off like probably the story or specific pieces that I want to show off in New Game Plus. And yeah, the only things are left, like I said, the Valkyries. Oops, Valkyries, and Midgard, Alfheim, and Helheim, and these two places and the stuff that we have to do there. Not too much to do, but what remains is going to be difficult, and I'm ready to face that challenge. But that will be for our next time, as I'm going to end today's episode here. Like I said, this game's a 10 out of 10. I love the story. I love everything. That final act is great. The fight with Baldur. The story dynamics afterwards. Us reaching Jotunheim. Learning Atreus' real name. The story behind Atreus' name. Learning that Kratos' wife / Atreus' mother knew all this was going to happen. And all the... just all the lore and everything, all the story, and yeah. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed today's episode. I certainly did. Until next time, this is Ghost, signing out.